5-0, 5-0, 5-0, 5-0, 5-0, 5-0.
We're half a century.
This is number 50. 50 Facebook
Yes,
Lives.
it is. Wow.
Yeah, so our daughter asked us the other day how many we've done, and I was like, huh. So I counted it up, and on Saturday, and that was the 49th. So Laura goes, we're the big 5-0 now.
Ooh, we're
Yeah.
the big 5-0.
Yeah.
That seems insane to me.
Yeah.
It just, I
Yeah.
feel like literally we just started yesterday.
I agree.
And
it's been, we were just talking about last night how much fun it's been, and you know, it's just been great for us too.
Oh,
I mean, we just
yes.
have loved it.
It really has been. It's been just, for me, inspiring, something to look forward to every day. When we closed, I was really actually kind of distraught. I felt like we just left people in a lurch, that we just, all of a sudden we shut down. And we were in the midst of helping some people with some very serious ailments, from, you know, chronic illness like cancer to, you know, helping people in the middle of their fertility process. Yes. And all of a sudden we're like, okay, sorry, we're closed now.
Yeah.
So this was so wonderful for us to be able to connect to everyone. And throughout the day, I still felt that connection because we would have comments and we could respond to them.
Sure.
And it was just some way for us to get a message out to try to help people stay healthy during all this madness. So,
and you know, it's also, I mean, for us, I know I can say me specifically, I don't want to speak for Laura, but you forget how much you have done over your years of doing what you do. And doing this connected us back with it. I mean, we use this information and everything, literally everything we've ever said to you, we live. I mean, we do the cucumbers, we do different food things that we've recommended, different stress reducing, mindfulness issues. Not every day, every moment, no. But we've tried everything we've talked about. We've tried or experienced, and it gets us, I know for me, it got me back in touch with that kind of list of things that you've done over your life, and it's all in a great way.
Right.
So you just, as I said, you just kind of forget, like, oh yeah, like Laura said, well, what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about this? And I go, yeah, that's a great idea. Let's do that. You know.
I think you take it for granted too when you have this.
That's true.
This knowledge that you're living with, and you just think, oh, everybody already knows about that, but they might not, or if they do, they might not have taken the little bit deeper of a dive that we got to tell people about in 10, 15 minutes.
And I think take for granted is the perfect phrase, because I know I've done it in the clinic. You know, I'll go, well, you know, it's you have a chi deficiency, and they're like, cheese? What about cheese? I go, no.
Plenty of cheese.
Right. So I mean, we just and of course you learn over the years not to do that. Of course, that's earlier in my career, but I think
have to buy plenty of cheese.
Yeah,
so
that's why I tell them buy plenty of
deficiency.
cheese.
Yes.
Right. There's nothing ever wrong with that, it seems. So that's been kind of the fountain that we drank from during all this, and it's been it's great because we've got some other news that we're going to share, and we're going to continue this in a different format. So you want to give the big announcement?
Well, yeah, I mean, it is actually a big announcement that we knew was going to happen eventually, but we originally thought we were in phase 2 for reopening, and that's because of a lot of different legal issues. But it turns out they're considering us phase 1, so we are actually allowed to open now.
Big news.
So we're so excited about that. We cannot wait to open the doors of Balance again and get things moving. But things are going to be, of course, different. And that is something that we are spending a lot of hours working on right now, just making sure that the environment is a healing one as usual, but also feeling very safe for this whole COVID madness. So we want to make sure that we do it correctly. So there's some changes that will be implemented. We had already started quite a few of them before we closed because the outbreak had already happened, and we've always worked with an immune compromised community. So it was always important to us to make that atmosphere that's very, 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 very clean and been
Well, and I
healing.
will say this: when people have come into, and we've heard it many, many times, and we love the compliment of it. Believe me, people come in and they'll walk in off the street and they'll go, "Oh my God, I just immediately feel relaxed." Because we try to
Yes.
create that environment.
Yes.
It's going to be. We are still going to try to do that under the new issues that we have to do. There's just going to be a whole change up about
Right.
how we look. We're
Yeah.
going to be wearing different things, covering different things appropriately, and we will do anything to help our patients. And so there's going to be information given to all of our patients, whether it's via email or when you book your appointment online. So it's a learning curve for us too, because we want to, of course, follow everything that is necessary to keep the environment safe, and it's an undertaking.
Yes,
I mean,
it
we
is.
always thought we
It
considered
definitely is.
we're very clean people and kind of clean clinic. This is on steroids.
Yeah, antiseptic. And
Yeah,
just-
this is going to be, and we're okay with
Which-
that. We're just saying that's part
Yeah,
of
That's right.
what we're preparing for.
Yeah, and
Right.
that's our piece of it. So we don't. We're figuring
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that
yeah.
out. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
You guys will come in and it'll be still
We're just
the
happy
healing. Yes.
and whatever, and that's part of the happiness too. We know that, so it's not like it's positive. We just think it's positive that we have to do all that to get everybody
So,
in there.
one thing that's different right now, because I know we're going to be getting questions about this since we're throwing it out there, is that currently the rule is stating that you need a referral from your physician in order to come in. So I have a feeling that's going to be eased because legally that is not the level of healthcare practitioner we are in New York State. We do not require referrals from physicians, and
Through our
it's something
licensure and
that,
everything, right?
yes, it's being
Yeah.
worked on at the state level. I think they just kind of threw us into a group and
Right.
didn't realize, the details of it. So, but we'll find out more about that. But if you are intent about coming in, because we're planning to start seeing patients next week, then I would encourage you to contact your doctor and get a referral just in case. Although that might be, by the wayside by then. We're hoping. So
Because
there
our
you
state
have it.
representatives are in our field are working on this diligently to get. As I
Right.
said, Laura said, I think we're glad they hurried up on one level of getting us in there on phase one, but I think they didn't. The devil's in the details, as they say.
Yeah, so
Right.
we'll figure all that out, and
Right.
that's totally
Right. That's
fine.
not
I
on
mean,
you. That's our responsibility.
Yes.
We're just letting you know. So.
Yes, yeah. No, we want everything to be as easy as possible with this reopening. And one of our pieces that we're going to be focusing on very intently, of course, is trying to keep people healthy with prevention and wellness, because that is what this is about. You can clean as much as you want. You can cover yourself up, but there is no way we're not going to be exposed to different germs. So keeping ourselves healthy is really where it's at, and that is, we're going to do our darndest to help you guys get there. And that's what we've been really working on with our Facebook Lives, talking about,
Right.
maintaining, good health habits, good sleep, eating nutritious food, getting moving, practicing mindfulness. All those key components are so crucial. And I think that we need a little bit of help with it. I think we've been raised in a healthcare model that's based on disease, and that people typically, a lot of times, will wait till we're sick before we go see someone to feel better. And this game is about, staying healthy and not getting to that point.
Remember that saying that we've said it a couple of times during these 50, or now 50. The Chinese say treating someone after they're sick is like digging a well when you're thirsty. Now everybody goes, well, what the heck does that little metaphor mean? It just means preventative. We have had so many conversations over these 7-8 weeks about, okay, yeah, we can, and we're not. Laura's brother and dad are doctors, her mom's a nurse. I mean, sister-in-laws are PAs. I mean, we're big in the Western field, but we're saying the model usually is just to put out fires. Well, we are trying to, all these things we've been trying to say is to prevent the fire from starting.
Yeah.
So, and it will make fire start, like Laura said. We're going to come in contact with germs. Of course we are. We walk the walk and talk the talk, and I'm not bragging. I'm just saying we try to keep ourselves healthy, do what's necessary, and that's all the springboard of what brought us to start this episode 1 50 some days ago, 60 days ago.
Yeah, so we're excited because I do think that this has brought that to light for people, that it is about wellness, that we really need to practice this self-care. And yeah, we're here to just impart our piece of our very ancient medicine and help you out with that.
And you cannot take yourself for granted either. Like we've said that phrase a couple of times today. But you've heard us say here, and Laura and I have talked about it so many times recently, that if we don't learn from this, what has happened in this pandemic of the world, not just a country.
Yes.
If we don't learn lessons from this, then I'm not saying there's no hope. I'm just saying I don't know what it'll take to learn a lesson.
Yeah, well, you will have to be taught the lesson again.
Yeah,
that's what it will
and
happen.
What a lesson we've been
and it'll
taught.
keep happening until we learn it.
Right.
So hopefully we're gleaning some information from this.
Right.
And the fantastic part that we've been saying this whole time is by practicing those, the wellness practices of prevention, you're going to feel better. Your quality of life is going to be better. So not only are we, we're not just, this is just not just some war with some germ. This is about living the best way you possibly can. So, I know this, of course, during all this time for all of us has been stressful. And when I treat patients over the years, I've said, I can help the effect of the stress on your body. I can't guarantee you will never be stressed again, or you won't have stress. Something will cause you stress. So I think that's what we're trying to do is like, if you have that platform to operate from, then when it comes at you, a friend of mine once told me, I thought it was a great saying, he goes, we need to have a spiritual reserve. Now that doesn't have a theology to it. It's not Christian or Islam or Buddhist or Hindu or Judaism. It's your spirit of who you are. If you have a spiritual reserve, when something comes at you, you won't be operating on an empty tank. You'll have that platform to help deal with that. And so I don't want to get too preachy. I think that's a good way to look at it. A good analogy is that we're hoping to provide you with the tools and a toolkit so that when things do come along, that it is second nature to you, that it is part of your, traditional Chinese medicine is part of this thought of everyday living. Like, oh my gosh, I feel like, someone in my family is sick, so maybe I should be doing something, eat this type of soup or take an herb or a supplement to help out with this. Oh my gosh, I read that vitamin D is really important in this pandemic. So maybe I need to get outside a little bit more. Maybe I need to take a supplement. Maybe I need to go to the doctor and get my vitamin D level checked. So there's just having that knowledge, and we are so excited to help teach you about that. And I think that this is the thing. A lot of you already have this knowledge. We're trying to spark that in you so that you remember it and you start to utilize it. Yeah. And that there's a community out there that's doing the same thing, because that's encouraging too. I really
if you feel like you're doing it alone all the time, that's not a great feeling.
And you're thinking, is that really right? There's so much information out there. Blah, So, we're trying to help disseminate that, as well as, for Rick and I, it's also very important that we look at things and we look at research behind it and having that evidence-based piece too. Because it is confusing. There's so much stuff out there. You feel like you're bombarded, so much so that you can become overwhelmed and not do anything. Right. But we're here to say it's easy, it's tiny little steps. You can implement it by the cup of tea that you're drinking. So you can start there and then move forward. Our Governor Cuomo, he said it best. Then they asked him, like, well, when's this going to happen? When's this going to happen? He goes, this is how we look at it. We look at the science, the data, and the facts. He goes, look, let's look at that first. That's what's going to drive what we do next. Of course, he goes, the emotional part of it, which none of us we're not robots. He goes, the emotional part has to come in kind of last. Because of course, emotionally, we all want to get outside and go to restaurants, everything. But he said the science, the data, and the facts. Yes. And I agree with that. Right. And so that's what we've tried to do too, of give different things, factual things. And like Laura just said, there's so much stuff out there. Yeah. And oh my God. Yeah.
I mean, it's dizzying
Right.
how much information is out there.
Yeah, so I think we've decided, so we knew at some point that we were gonna have to start to decrease these Facebook Lives
yes.
because we're going back to work. So this week,
Not stopping them, though.
we're not gonna stop them.
No.
We've been enjoying it way too much, and we've been
Right.
getting fantastic feedback and messages
Yeah.
from people. But we're gonna go down this week to Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then we're gonna see how it goes. So we're sad that we're not gonna be doing it every day, but we really, the energy is being pointed in a different direction right now for us. Our chi flow needs to go towards making sure Balance is ready to open, as well as we've got our membership group going, Balance Life, which just shout out to our members. First class is right after this. If you got an email yesterday for the Balance Life private Facebook group, we'll be going live on there with TCM 101. And yeah, TCM 101. We're excited about our traditional Chinese medicine. And it's really about what we're looking towards to helping out people with our clinic opening, with COVID, the fact that it's all a holistic medicine, body, mind, and spirit, taking care of it. And it's a holistic medicine on a way bigger level. With traditional Chinese medicine, it's also our connection with the whole environment, the universe, the community, and how we take care of all of that as well as ourselves.
And we talked about this when all this first started, that it's not going to be a light switch moment. You're going to walk in, flip your light, and everything's going to be back like it was before. I don't think it's ever going to be back like it was before. So all of this that we've done is when the switch goes on, this is what you'll have.
Yeah.
So I don't think anything's going to be immediate anymore. Opening the doors, everything's normal again, whatever normal is these days. So just keep that in mind too. That's the platform we've said a couple of times today is what you can operate from, and you have that stability to do that. So
Yes. Great.
thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
We're of course not going to, as Laura just said, it's going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday rather than Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday.
Yes.
So we'll be back on Wednesday with Facebook Live.
Yes, I think we'll be in the kitchen on Wednesday.
That's right.
Woo!
Yeah.
50!
Yeah, nice.
Thanks for joining us.
Take care, everyone.
And hop on over the members to the group.
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
All right. See you
Bye.
later. Bye.